Here is a look at this storm out here. Really, it has dropped very quickly. Millibar levels around 950 millibars, which is extremely low. Thank goodness it is staying offshore. Now, just because it's staying offshore does not mean it's not impacting us. Of course, we've already started to see the rain moving in, heavy showers, lots of lightning here on this little back edge.
East Coast people, they look at this West Coast weather and they're like, whoa, what is that? Guess what? You actually are more familiar with this than you think. So if you live in the Northeast, think about this like a nor'easter. If you're watching us from Florida, you can think about it as a hurricane. It forms in a different way and it's fueled by something else. You know, a hurricane is feeding off of the warm water of the Atlantic, the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico. What happens with bombogenesis, and when we're talking about these deep non-tropical lows, it's actually a temperature difference that is causing this growth, the clashing of warm and cold air. But what we've seen happen with this West Coast system is impressive. I mean, it's all over social media because of how quickly this deepened. You can kind of correlate it to rapid intensification with a hurricane, just giving respect for all the weather enthusiasts.
Forecast headlines. Of course, this is all due to this bomb cyclone offshore. Now, it sounds really scary and it is bringing strong impacts, but it's just a rapidly intensifying storm that's been off the coast. So that is why it is called the bomb cyclone. Now, for tonight, yes, it will bring those impacts and we're already seeing it. So something to keep in mind. Strong winds, rain, as well as mountain snow. Looking at the winds, of course, you can see the camera bouncing behind me. Strongest winds have already started to pick up and will continue through Thursday morning. The strongest winds will be located out along the coast, up along the Strait of Juan de Fuca, as well as into the Cascade foothills. We could see wind gusts between 60 to 65 miles per hour, but even stronger winds are possible, even up to 70 miles per hour. We've already seen downed trees and, of course, power outages because of the winds. Now, we're also talking about rain slowly making its way, not necessarily up to SeaTac just yet, or what we can see, but we are starting to see those showers moving in across western Washington, and we're going to see heavy mountain snow starting tonight with a blizzard warning. The reason for that heavy snow and gusts.
It felt explosive, or like there was a bomb going off, breaking glass, the sound of breaking glass. Everything was just very loud. I thought the whole wall was coming down.
That breaking news as hundreds of thousands of people are waking up in the dark in western Washington this morning. That deadly bomb cyclone moved in overnight and it was fierce, bringing wind, rain, down trees, and also downing power lines. Just look at the staggering number of people still without power right now. We're talking over 500,000 customers. We'll be updating those numbers throughout the hour. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday morning. This is just a tiny example of what is causing those outages. So much damage this morning from the coast to the foothills. We'll help you get out the door this morning. Again, thanks for joining us. I'm Holly Medino.
And I'm Kelly Koopmans. You see those cars crushed, just devastating. We have team coverage with
the windstorm is to blame for at least one death. South County firefighters in Linwood responded to a tree falling on top of a homeless camp just after 7 o'clock last night. It happened off Alderwood Mall Parkway. A woman in her 50s was killed. No one else was hurt. More team coverage now as we're already seeing widespread damage across our region before the sun even comes up.
Developing tonight, the bomb cyclone lived up to its name, cutting a damaging and deadly path across western Washington. 2 people were killed by falling trees, and hundreds of thousands of people are still in the dark as the cleanup began.
So saddened over their neighbor's death. Tonight, police securing the home because the tree is still where it fell last night. The house still not yet structurally secure for crews to remove the victim's body. What's left is haunting. An enormous root ball, a house sliced open by a massive tree on its own property. All 3 stories structurally compromised and a family left devastated.
That deadly bomb cyclone in the northwest. At least 2 people have died after the storm slammed into the west coast, snapping tree limbs and damaging homes and roads around Seattle. The system also brought intense snow to Northern California, forcing highway traffic to a standstill. Carter Evans is in Renton.
In our top story, we're looking at video from the Siskiyou County Sheriff's Office. Streets in Northern California are covered with a thick layer of snow and rain from this bomb cyclone, impacting travel across the region.
Behind the camera. It's not the conditions here that are a problem, but conditions deeper in Siskiyou County that are causing I-5 to be closed in Ashland. Caltrans shared some images from near Weed today that show whiteout conditions, stranded autos, a tractor trailer on its side over a guardrail. It says crews are working to reopen roads, and it wants drivers to use tire chains, carry them with them, and it wouldn't maybe hurt to carry warm clothing and a pillow too.